and help me here. I want us to move towards the way forward. Now, the question is how best can we manage these changes? Some of these changes are probably inevitable, but in today's world, is it possible for us to manage these changes, both individually and collectively?
Well, if I want to be very sincere, and it's going to be a difficult task. You can't do it collectively any longer. But individually, I think it is still possible for people listening, people who have been bothered by what is going on, to say, okay, I want to make some changes. And for there, also there are still about 5-10% family who are still holding on to the old ways. But I won't tell you that one is itself is a lot of it's a lot of effort, it's a lot of struggle, because you have a situation today that even children can come to you and say, look, this person is living with us. It's our cousin, it's our nephew, it's our this thing. Why is he living with us? It's like he's enjoying our resources, send him away. The children of the day will tell you that. They can tell you that what is he doing? What is he doing here? So when you see on that again, because again, when parents don't sit down, it's not as if they sat us down and told us that these people have to live with us. I grew up. There was no time when I was the village that one nephew, one cousin, one niece, one auntie is not living with us. Especially in my own family, there is always, even up till now, it's like a room or two is always reserved in our family house that somebody that is not a direct sibling is always living there. And we are called them the same respect. We know that they are not a direct sibling, but we accord them the respect because that is what we saw our parents treating them like as one of us. They can do anything to us like our siblings. It's going to be a bit difficult because the even now the Japa generation now is going to even further complicate it. Because even here now, I can tell you, you meet your average, not even Nigerian, average black brother or sister in the mall and you are trying to greet them, they will remove their face. So when you look at all this, why do you want to start from? Why do you want? Because you see, right? I remember in those days when we were living in the northern Nigeria, when we see WP, when we see OD something, we park and greet ourselves. No, like we are from our own number plate. Then was you see anybody ODJ on the highway in the north, you will flash yourself and you will park. You don't know each other. You will greet and you move. You continue your journey. So those things are no longer there. I don't know whether it will be easy to bring it back, especially now that the economy is not even smiling on anybody everywhere in the world. So because the root cause now has moved to economy. Economic consideration is going to be a major challenge to get that back. But you, myself, Madam Dorothy, we can say, okay, you want to retain the old philosophy. Few of us can do that. But collectively, I doubt it.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. It's just a pity that if we are not able to do anything about it, and even me now, I feel guilty in a lot of ways by this discussion because, um, to be honest, I have not been in touch with my extended family members, so I just feel guilty. It's
That's
unfortunate.
not there. At least your conscience is still alive.
Yeah, it is.
So
Yeah.
let's see
So
at least Timile's perspective again. He has only
yeah,
spoken
let
once.
me. I want to ask Timila, if you still want to contribute to this particular question, feel free to. But I have another question for you, And the question pertains to some of us who are, you know, a little bit still young and younger. And there's an idea, especially as we become more educated, we become a little bit more westernized. And the issue of individuals or individualism becomes very paramount to us. So my question is, how can we still develop, as an individual and still maintain what I call collectivist culture or collectivity? I'm sure you understand what I mean by that.
To an extent, yes. So let me begin by adding to the Village Boys' perspective. I think the Village Boy and Madame Dorothy have actually done justice to the way forward. Like, but one thing that actually struck me is where we can go from here. We cannot go back and start calling everybody. Not even everybody we want to ask, because you've left them, just like you said, you've left them for a very long time. Not everybody would embrace you back the way you say, okay, let's come together. But the point is, especially for people that are having young families right now, our children are watching us.
Mhm.
So whatever, it's very easy for a parent to say, hey, you stop doing this, it's not good. But the best lesson we can give them is to act it. You want them to be compassionate yourself. You want them to accommodate people, be accommodating yourself, be respectful. So it is your own values that you would pass on to them. It wouldn't necessarily be scolding them and telling them all the time. When they see you do things repeatedly, they know that this is your own character and you are the first role model they have. So going forward, I believe that we will stand a chance at having a better future if our children see us do good things, when they see us do the right thing. So that's one thing I want to add to that. And how we can maintain our individualistic nature and still balance it with being collective, right? That's the actual question. And the way I would first tackle it is to see the consequences of not seeing that we need other people, that we need our family. Because when everything at the end of the day, you realize that it's only your family that cares about you at the end of the day. See, the strangers, everyone will come and they will go. They will go. So when we see the consequence, because the consequence of putting family aside and say I am on my own, number one is that we make irrational decisions. We just do things. And especially in this age that people don't really interact with their families, and they seem to be everybody, is human nature to want to be loved. So people get vulnerable to the wrong people. All in the name of seeking love. You get vulnerable to the wrong people. You go on social media, tell the world about your life so that you can get engagements. You just make yourself vulnerable to the wrong people. People do not necessarily need to have access to your life. You bring them into your life knowingly or unknowingly, and at the end of the day, you will actually bear the brunt by yourself. So when we first see that aspect, that there are consequences for these things, so there are people that you will talk to in your family and it stays there. There are people that you need a shoulder to lean on, they will provide it. But the people outside there is a wicked world. I'm not saying everybody out there is wicked, but it's a generally wicked world. So when we first see that there could be love from home, and what we would do is not seeking love outside. We will even exude love outside, that people will see that this person is loved. So in that way, I think it begins with you and I again to see that we have to be considerate. And one of the reasons why people say I don't want family is people are just selfish, and people are greedy, and people are inconsiderate or reasonable. For instance, if I am the Village Boy's niece now, I am maybe nephew rather now, and I want to go to his place and I see that, well, their resources in their home can only accommodate to a certain extent, and I even want more than even the people at home. That means I'm inconsiderate. So there are things we would, if we find ourselves in the shoes of, you know, the beneficiary in this time, like at this point, maybe you are the one that is hosting me. I should know my level in your home. That's maybe I should just put it that way. I should know my level, know how not to cross boundary, know how to understand people's needs as well. So I think we can still accommodate people in our home, but only if the other party also understands that there is a limit to everything. And I think that has to be preached very well. There is a limit to everything. Being reasonable, being considerate is one important thing in human interaction. Otherwise, we will bring it together again and it will shatter at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Okay,
unfortunately.
sorry, can I just take 1 minute before sorry, thank you, Tim Lane. You see, even while being open, there's always a line to draw. There's always a line to draw. There's always discipline to maintain. My people say if handshake is here going to elbow, is becoming something else. You always draw the line when you are dealing with everyone. And it is okay to call the families you've abandoned. They don't have to call you back. Those that will call you back is fine. Just call it a new year. Use the condition of the new year and say, oh, uncle, auntie, nephew, cousin, I'm just going to say happy new year. How have you been? Just do that for conscious sake. And then again, like Timothy said, when we find love, when the Bible says a man or a woman will marry and live, a man will marry and leave his family and cleave to the one, they become one. That statement is not saying a man will abandon his family or will ostracize his family. No, it's talking about relocation, leave, move. It's just about move from your parents' house, get and cleave to your wife. It is not saying abandon your family or ostracize them. So don't say it's me and my wife. After the Bible says no, it's only move. Leave means move, relocate. So most wives you marry today, the moment you marry them, they ostracize the man's family. They have their own mother living with them or their siblings. Whereas the man's family, they are witches. They must not come near. When you are doing this as a woman, your daughter is watching you. She too will marry tomorrow and go ahead to ostracize her in-laws. When you marry, your in-law is your new home. It's additional home, additional family. Your mother-in-law has a lineage in your life because she came back to your husband. So also your mother. Treat your mother-in-law like you treat your mother. After all, your mother offends you. Your mother beat you in the past. Your mother said hurting words to you, but you still keep her. She's still your mother. So if your mother-in-law errs, why ostracize her? Why keep your husband's family away? And then the whole family too, the man too will stay there and be behaving like as if there's a remote control. There's no remote control anywhere. It's foolishness. You are living there, you don't see your family, you don't see your parents, they don't come, you don't go to them. When you want to call them, you go outside the house, or when you are in the office, your wife must not see you talking to your family. And you say you are a man. Is that how to be a leader? A leader is in charge, a leader is in control. You people must balance these things. Enough of running away from your family. Your family members, your uncles that did not kill you when you were young. How are they the ones to kill you now? And you didn't know they will kill you until you got married to a woman who is not telling you that your family is evil. What is all that? If you're a man too, ostracizing your wife from her family, you're not doing well. If your husband or wife ostracizes you, leave that marriage. Your family will always be your family. If they are doing something wrong, call an uncle or auntie to talk to them. Don't ostracize your family. You did not fall from the tree. Your family is an integral part of you and will always remain so. I had an uncle those days. His wife did all this. Then when they went abroad, the woman tricked him. Let us go back to Nigeria. Let's go and establish. They came back to Nigeria, tried to establish something. Before you know it, the woman sent her children back. And we are all watching. We went to the house, called a meeting with the woman and the husband. And let's talk. What is happening? The husband told us in terms of the wife, all of you that came to talk about my wife, are you good in your husband's house? Go away. Leave us alone. And we all left. At the end of the day, the woman stylishly moved her kids abroad to UK. After some 2 months, she said she wants to go and take those children. They are too young to be alone. She relocated herself. They left the man in Nigeria. Along the line, they employed a boy who is living with the man. So the man suffered high BP, suffered diabetes, suffered everything. Eventually, before he was dying, he now called us. You people are looking at me. Talk to my wife now. Well, I say, which wife? Please leave us alone. This is your family. What am I trying to say? At the end of the day, the man called back to his family. Your family will always be there. But don't allow them to take control of your life. You have to be in control, both in your home and in your family home. Don't allow them to make decisions in your home. But draw the line. But you must have a link to your family. You cannot do without your family. Don't wait till when you are dying or when the man or woman who made you ostracize them has finished dealing with you. You now need help. You now need someone to talk to. You now remember the family. If I were that family, they should not answer you. You can make hair while the sun shines now. Remedy these things. Cordiality is also good. You will enjoy it. It will help you live long, sir. God will help us. Please, I have to take my permission. Thank you.
All right, man. Thank you very much. I want you to also contribute towards the way forward.
Well, about the way forward, to me, I still believe that not all of us have discarded those things that really count, that matters about our family, social well-being. I'm someone, for example, this is not without, this is not self-glorification, that I value relationships so well, irrespective of the association, whether at the family level, work level, or wherever. I really love to look out for people, and to me, it's something that should be intentional, that should be deliberate, and about those real family values in terms of promoting them. Just like Village Boy said, it's, I mean, I don't know who said it. I think Village Boy, yes, that it has to be a personal thing. Now, personal in the sense that pick those things one after the other. What are those three key values that you feel that you want to transfer to your children, or even as individuals that we want to improve on? Because it is only when we are better at something that we can say others also should emulate. But whatever we are not good at, there's practically no way others will also learn from it. So one after the other, let us itemize them in terms of let me say family respect. For example, now my immediate elder sister she's about 3 years older than myself, and the one before him, I think the year before them perhaps is less than a year or something. But under no condition will my elder sister disrespect her elder brother, despite the fact that the margin between them is probably not even up to a year. If she does anything wrong, it is her responsibility, even when the elder brother is right, because in Yoruba they will say, Agbadida, Omodi la fi ń yàn jẹ. She will still have to apologize, and life moves on, life continues. And I feel these are things that we should really hold very dearly. And myself and my siblings, I mean, we live well because my mom particularly really took her time to say, no, whatever happens to A happens to A, B, C, D, E. And whatever happens to D, I'm the last person. I mean, also happens across the line. So we should order that whatever happens to my brother, whether the extended, whether the nuclear, we should see it as sense of responsibility to show concern. Don't let us say, I beg, to help with whoever, let them move on with their life. So in a nutshell, I think it is something that as individuals, we have to be very deliberate about. Thank you.
Michael, thank you very much.